All right, how are we doing, ladies? Nice Girl Jen here, creator founder of Nice Girls Finish Last. I have to talk about something that I find to be a very important message because this happens so often. It just happened to me the other day. And I've meant to do a video on this before and I just never got around to doing it, or I'd forget or whatever. So I wanted to bring it up because so many of you do this common mistake, and they're both a very popular way of trying to get sales or people on your team and so on. And so I want to talk about two of them. One of them is cold messaging. And what I mean by that is you become connected with someone on social media, mostly Facebook, because there's a lot of messaging going on in there. And within just barely becoming their friends, not even having a conversation yet, knowing nothing about the other individual, and I must suspect that you haven't even looked and checked out their profile to see what they do. You send a cold message telling them, hey, are you XYZ? Do you do XYZ? You would be great for my opportunity. Or maybe you're in need of my services. Go check out my website. Someone did this and part of their message was, maybe you need a business. If you took the time to look at my profile, you would see I have a business. So that just goes to show me that you sent me a friend request, and you probably sent like another 100 to other people. You didn't even look to see who the heck I was, and then you're just going through a numbers game. If I can just message a bunch of people and say, hey, do you need XYZ services? Somebody's bound to be desperate and say, yeah. Okay, let me tell you how incredibly uncomfortable and awkward it is, and extremely irritating. Imagine this, ladies. You are sitting at a bar, maybe hanging out with a friend of yours, having a couple drinks and good conversation. A guy that you've never seen before, ever, comes up and says, excuse me, is this seat next to you taken? And you're like, oh, no, it's not. He has a seat. Shortly after that, he taps on your shoulder and says, hey, you want to go back to my place and like get it on or whatever? What would you do? Your mouth would probably drop in shock. And then you'd be so like disgusted and turned off that he thought just because you had a 2-second conversation that now you're going to go back home with him. That is how weird and awkward cold messaging is. I am not exaggerating. It's like that. Is it as offensive and perverted? Well, no, but it's just as equally awkward. Stop doing it. You are wasting so much time. What is the point of wasting all this time cold messaging thousands of people instead of just putting in the work and the time or finding an expert to put marketing in place for you so you don't have to do that again? What's going on here? And I know, because I preach this all the time, you're learning this from your, uplines and leaders in your industry and all this stuff that are teaching you nonsense, things that just have you going around in circles, making you feel productive when you're not, because they don't know marketing either. And they don't have the time to explain it to you, even if they did. Therefore, they keep giving you some BS information. Now, the other popular one is building a relationship. My marketing strategy is building a relationship. All right. Right now, you shop at Target, you shop at Walmart, wherever it is you shop. Do you shop there because you know the owners and you're neighbors with them or whatever, or because you built a relationship with them first? No, you didn't. And I know what you might be thinking. Well, I'm not a big company like Target. I'm not a big company like Walmart. So nobody knows who I am yet. And so that's why I need to build the relationship. Okay, fine. I get what you're saying there. But how are you going to ever get your business to be huge by spending all of this time building relationships when, in fact, they're kind of fake because you really don't care what's going on with them? You just want to make sure they know who you are. Well, I have a news flash for you. That is what marketing's all about. You wouldn't know what a Walmart or Target was if they never marketed anywhere. Now they're so big that of course you do. And if you were driving down a road and you needed, toothpaste or something, and you came across a store that you never heard of like Target, and you just said, oh, well, this looks like some kind of store that's got a bunch of stuff. Let me go check it out. Then of course you'd end up there and buy something. You didn't have to build a relationship for that. But that's why, once again, you need marketing in place. And so many people that are new in business so badly want to put that off. And I don't know what it is. Maybe you could put in the comments why that is. Is it because you're afraid to get screwed over somehow? Is it because it just costs too much that's out of your budget at the moment? Is it because you just completely have no idea what marketing even means? So since you're new in business, you're just holding on and trusting those that you're looking up to right now that are the leaders within your company and hoping that what they are telling you to do works? Or are you getting that wonderful, I love using quotes a lot, because it's all nonsense. But are you getting, and I'm very sarcastic, and unless you know me, you wouldn't really know that, so that's why I use my little quotation marks. But are you getting this wonderful free training in your company? And so that's why you don't look elsewhere for information or help? Ask yourself a question: what's the failure percentage rate in your company? And then you have to kind of wonder if the free, wonderful trainings you're getting within your company is the right way to go about it. Because I can guarantee it's not. Why? Because I know what a lot of them teach you. I've been to a lot of the events. I've gone just to confirm that what I believe is true, and it is. What they teach you just keeps you busy, keeps you hitting up that one person. It keeps you at like a door-to-door salesman that people just, or a used car salesman, and people just get kind of like, why'd they hit me up? I just became friends with this girl and she's already trying to sell me Unique. I just became friends with this girl and she's trying to sell me her weight loss shake. I just became friends with this girl and she's already trying to recruit me into her traveling business or get me to buy a package. Is that what you're trying to do? Or should you have marketing in place so people see what it is you do? The message is so compelling that they have to be attracted to it. They say, hey, Jen, you look like you offer something that I need help with. What do I gotta do? And then get that on a regular, consistent basis, or do you want to cold prospect people and give them the shivers every time you do that? And take lots of time building relationships when maybe out of all those relationships, maybe one person buys every 20 that you've built. You want to build a relationship, you should be building that following online, those raving fans, not just following, because that word can be used and not mean what I'm trying to say. Just because you have a huge following doesn't mean you're making money. I've spoken to ladies before that have thousands of people following them, and they've told me, there's no money there. So don't be confused by people's highlight reels. Doesn't mean it equals cash. But I will say this. Between the two of cold messaging and building relationships, I will at least give the building relationship crowd a little bit more props. Because at least while you are building those relationships, you're finding out who this person is, what kind of life they have, do they have kids, do they like to travel, do they whatever, and then you're pitching them your thing. The cold messaging people, it's like showing up someplace and passing out 1 million business cards and hoping that somebody bites. It's sad. It's sad. And it's not your fault because you don't know better. But I'm letting you know, because this is Nice Girls Finish Last. It's sad. It's sad. And it makes you look like a noob. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. It makes you look desperate. And you're pushing people away. So don't do it. So if you're done with that nonsense, let's talk. Go to nicegirlsfinishlast.com and let's actually get a marketing strategy and campaign in place. Stop wasting your time. Stop buying programs that give you information. You don't need more information to pay for. You can find all information for free. But it's about getting the expertise and putting something actually in place for you and your business So stop with the craziness. Stop doing it. All right? Anyways, that's the two. If I had to pick one, definitely would go with the relationship marketing, because at least they're figuring out who this individual is before they pitch them. The other one, on the other hand, is not at all. It's like saying, hey, I have dog supply services. You should definitely check out my website. And then I read the message and I'm like, I have no dogs, or I hate dogs, or I only have fish, or I'm a cat person. Stop. Thank you, ladies. Talk to you soon.